Today on this June 13th edition of Post to Post, the ladies are ballin' as Australia faced Brazil and South Africa took on China. Eden Hazard was presented today to Real Madrid fans. Is this the start of a new Galacticos era? We will discuss. And Mattijs De Ligt to Barcelona or to PSG? What is the better option for the Dutch defender? That and so much more coming up on Post to Post, which starts now. George! Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? What is going on? I'm sorry, I gotta breathe a little bit here. Forza Inter. What's up, everyone? Yeah, and vai Nerazzurri, vai. George Di Mattelis here, filling in for Jeremy St. Louis. Thank you very much for joining us here, Post to Post. Remember, we want to hear first of all, where you're commenting from and what you have to say about the topics we have coming up. Just a quick update here. Let's get you caught up on what happened today in the FIFA Women's World Cup in La France, in Paris. The Banyana of South Africa have been officially eliminated from the tournament. They will not be advancing to the knockout stage. They lost 1-0 to China. And then, of course, a controversial ending to that Australia-Brazil game, especially when it comes to that game winner. But Brazil up 2-0. They lose the match 3-0 to the Matildas. It is the second time in FIFA Women's World Cup history that a team was down 2-0 and came back to win. So big up to the Matildas. Australia going through Sam Kerr as a superstar in the world game. And she'll look to get it going as the group stage progresses. So that's what happened in France in the FIFA Women's World Cup. China 1-0 over South Africa, and Australia coming back to beat Brazil 3-2 in France. So that's some good stuff there. We want to hear your comments. Let us know. Hit us up, y'all. We want to hear from you when it comes to this and the other subjects we have on Post to Most. But now, or Post to Post, I should say. Oh, it is pretty cool. So it's Post to Most. That's true. All right. But time for our daily news. Oh, look who's here. Look at this guy. What's up?
I heard handsome.
Handsome. Yes.
Correct.
They were talking about me. We all know that. No, I'm just playing. George D. Mattelis alongside my man, Eric Krakauer. Easy E, Georgie D. That's how we call ourselves because we're cool like that. Anyway, Eric, let's get into some of the big topics from the world of football, beginning with Eden Hazard, officially presented to Real Madrid today. 50,000 spectators at the Bernabéu for his presentation. They were calling out another name as well during the presentation. One, Kylian Mbappe. The fans want him as well. But Hazard coming through just over 100 million US for his transfer. Is this the start of a new Galactico era with Eden Hazard?
Well, first of all, a bit rude, right? You're unveiling your major signing and you're already requesting another one.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's rude to Eden Hazard, right? He should be the center of attention, and he was, but I felt that was a little bit of a wrench. Is this the beginning of another Galactico era? I'm going to say no.
No? Okay.
I'm going to say
Why
no.
not?
Well, for me, and I think I may be alone in this, for me, there's only one Galactico era, and that was the era where we saw players like Zinedine Zidane, Luis Figo, David Beckham, Ronaldo at Real Madrid, the Zidanes and the Pavons. And then you have the 2.0 with Kaká and Cristiano Ronaldo and Benzema, but even then I didn't consider that the Galacticos because there was something about the name recognition at the time for those players in the early aughts, in the early 2000s, that made all those moves so unbelievable. Of course, there's great name recognition now, and the players like Hazard are absolutely on the same level pedigree-wise as the ones from the original Galacticos. So in that way, yes, Galacticos 3.0 because of Eden Hazard.
You feel like the original Galacticos, they were all-time greats when they made that move to Real Madrid. The new Galacticos, if you want to call it that, and I agree with you, I don't think it's a Galactico at all. They're not all-time greats right now. Nobody puts them in that all-time greats category right now. But Figo, Beckham, Zidane, O Phenomenal Ronaldo, they were all-time greats when they got there.
These were guys who had accomplished pretty much everything you could accomplish at other clubs or at the national team level.
Right.
You know, Kaká had done extremely well with Brazil and AC Milan, so he's in a different category with 2.0. Cristiano Ronaldo had won a lot with Manchester United as well, so let's not forget about that. But there is something about what those other players players that we mentioned did in the past, and when they moved to Real Madrid, you thought it was going to be the beginning of a behemoth of a team that was going to railroad everybody. Of course, that didn't come to pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at what the people have to say regarding this subject of the Galacticos. Let's see. We'll get down to Pang Romario, who will be. We'll get to that later. Hazard finally. Tevin Berry from Jamaica. And say Sargent says, we finally got him a la Madrid. What a time to be in Madridista. Shout out from Dallas, Texas. Actually at work, but can't miss this show. Hey, don't let them find out at work that you're
don't get in trouble.
Facebook. Don't
but
get
thank
in trouble.
you.
Mauricio Torres, hi from Sydney, Australia. They must be happy after what happened with the Matildas. What's your opinion on the Hazard move to Madrid, and do you believe he'll shine at Madrid or flop? I think he'll shine. I think he'll shine with Zidane, but not 3 Champions League in a row shine. Maybe La Liga, maybe Copa del Rey, but not 3 Champions Leagues in a row. But I think he'll do well.
Right, and he doesn't need to do that in order to shine
true.
With that team. I think he arrives at Madrid at the perfect time. He's at his absolute prime. He's exactly the kind of dynamic, game-changing player that they need, that they've needed since Cristiano Ronaldo left. He's a guy with big-name recognition. He's got a great attitude on and off the field. So this is an awesome move, and I think he's going to be very successful.
Let's see what Carlos Rodriguez, he says, do you guys see Mbappe at Real Madrid soon, possibly next year? I don't know. I think PSG is going to do whatever it takes to keep him.
You know, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later with De Ligt. It depends on what PSG does next season.
Right.
I think ultimately you're going to see Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid. I just don't know if it's next season or in the near future, 2 or 3 years down the line. I think we'll see him there because that call, that pull is just too strong to ignore.
Right.
But I don't know how soon that's going to be.
Yeah, we'll see. If PSG win a Champions League, that might help, though. That might help, though. All right, Mauricio Torres says, the futures of Isco, Asensio, Marcelo, and Bale look uncertain at the moment. Surely they cannot stay at Madrid with this new talent coming. Good point. You're talking about Ferland Mendy. You have Luka Jovic, Eder Militao, Rodrigo. So those guys might be out there. It might be a changing of the guard.
Well, you think that Rodrigo is a player for the future. He's 18 years old. Like Vinicius, maybe take some time to get into the team, although you might make the point that Vinicius actually exploded onto the scene when things were going really badly under Solari, and he was the catalyst to some good results. But I don't think we're going to see the Santos phenom anytime soon. When you talk about people like Ferland Mendy, I think there's a very good chance that he will win a spot early on. Yeah. He's an excellent left back, did so well at Lyon, signs a 6-year deal, which means that he's got a bright future in white, in royal white. But if Marcelo doesn't pick up the kind of form that saw him help Real Madrid win 3 Champions Leagues in a row, I think he's going to go to the bench. And rumor has it that Cristiano Ronaldo is trying to pull the strings to get him to Juve. So,
and remember, they have Reguilon out there on, I believe, on the left side as well. He's younger.
Yeah, but reportedly hasn't won Zidane over and might be on his way out.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Some drama there. All right, let's get more of the comments here. Lance Pimentel, 3.0, finally got Hazard and only took 10 years. Yeah. Carlos Rodriguez, so is Paul Pogba next?
I hope not.
No, you don't think so? You don't think he would fit there? In Real Madrid?
I don't know if he'd fit or he wouldn't fit. I just don't know if he's done enough consistently for Manchester United to warrant a move to Real Madrid. It's a lot of money. It's a big risk because he could become problematic with the club. I know, look, problematic is a strong word because you could say that there are 2 sides to the Pogba story at Manchester United. Mourinho lit a fire that he couldn't put out under Pogba, and I'm not talking about in the positive sense. Yeah. But also, the deal would most probably involve Gareth Bale going to Manchester, and that seems to be out the door with that possibility because he's 29 years old. His salary is way too high. Manchester United want to rotate some young players in.
That'll be something to watch for over the transfer market. All right, let's keep going with the comments here. Brendan Fuego Walcom says Mbappe will outgrow them in the next year to 3. Okay.
Outgrow who? PSG?
Outgrow PSG, or you're talking about probably PSG. I think he means PSG.
Yeah, my point with him is you have an opportunity to win something that PSG has never won.
Yeah.
Right? So stay there, try and get it done.
Yeah.
Then you've really proven yourself. Then you're like the Galacticos of old.
Absolutely. Especially if Neymar comes back healthy and with the right attitude. But that we never know what's going to happen with that. And say Sargent said, I want another midfielder, not Pogba, but Ndombele. He's what Zidane needs in that midfield. I heard Ndombele is being talked about with another Tottenham. They might do a flop with him, a switch with him and I think Dele Ali or something like that, if I heard.
Well, I think Tottenham would win out on that one. Ndombele, for me, is one of the best center mids right now in European football. He'd be a great addition to Real Madrid.
Yeah, Tony Vargas. Mbappe will come next month. Watch. Okay. We've had people on here predict before.
We got some orders here.
And yeah, for real. And it didn't come to pass. So y'all don't play the lottery.
Look, and also, where's the money going to come from?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they've already spent $300 million on the players that they brought in. Players who I think will fit in straight away. We'll see whether Luka Jovic can replace or usurp Karim Benzema. Right. I don't think that's going to happen right away, but it could. Spending that sort of money on Kylian Mbappe right now doesn't make sense financially for me.
Francisco, hold on your take about De Ligt, because we'll get to that in just a second. And Patrick says, El Clásico next year. Look at me, I'm spitting, my bad. 90th minute penalty, Hazard scores at the Camp Nou. Final score, Barcelona 8, Real Madrid 1. That's a good one right there. I like that one. Let's see what else there. Radu, is Bale headed out of Real Madrid? It appears, I think so. Although he's playing golf right now.
That's the $600,000 a week question, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I said it this morning on Sports Burst. I think there's a real possibility that he stays at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
If only because nobody's going to give him that kind of money anywhere else, and he's not going to reduce his salary.
Yeah.
He said
he's injury prone too.
Yeah, his family's happy in Madrid. He gets to play golf whenever he wants. There's nice weather.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Andrew Moreno says Pogba is not worth it. Santiago Arambula says, how can Hazard fit in best with Real Madrid? How can he fit in best with Real Madrid, his positioning on the pitch?
Well, Real Madrid over the last few years, for quite a while now, has played a 4-3-3. He can play on that left-hand side. He loves cutting in from the left-hand side. At Chelsea, every manager that's been there and had Hazard under their auspices has tried to move him centrally at times. It's never really worked out. You haven't gotten the best out of him.
Right.
For Belgium, though, he did play centrally, for example, against Brazil in the World Cup, and I thought he was magnificent as a false nine. But he'll play on that left-hand side. Questions about who will play on the other corridor, the other wing, which I think could be Vinicius, even though Vinicius likes to play on the left side as well. So is he going to be on the bench? We have yet to see.
Yeah, that is something, that's going to be some serious drama for the upcoming La Liga season. You can see right here on beIN Sports. All right, let me get one here. Mide Uchiha. I hope I say your name right, Mide. Pogba is a superstar, and I'm not talking about the footballer type. Ooh, you mean like IG model type? Okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I think it's a superstar that he's always in the news. He's always in the media. He's always on Instagram, right? So, and whether that bodes well for a club or if that's a good thing for a club or not, I think the jury is out about players and social media. Let's just put it this way. A lot of people weren't happy with Griezmann's announcement, the social media stuff that he does, and other players as well. So we'll see.
You must have read my mind, because let's head over to talk about Griezmann. I say transfer because basically it's transfer season. Let's transfer and talk about Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann now is being linked with Barcelona again. According to the CEO of Atletico Madrid, Ángel Gil Marín, he says that Griezmann is going to Barcelona, PSG, Barcelona, Manchester United. This man needs to hurry up and make up his mind, because he's driving us all crazy with what his intentions are. What do you think about the statement here from Atletico Madrid CEO about Griezmann?
Well, you know what it seems to me that Mr. Gil Marín is upset about Griezmann leaving Atletico Madrid.
In the first place.
So he's trying to steal his thunder, thunder of a potential announcement. I don't think it's a secret that most people believe he's going to end up at Barcelona, even though there was a little bit of fuss about players in the locker room not being happy with the fact that he turned them down the first time and now their feelings are hurt. It's like a rom-com. He's going to come in, he's going to make everything okay at the end. I think he's going to end up there, but listen, he could be wrong. Marín. For all we know, he could end up at Manchester United or another club. The main thing is there aren't many options. He can go to 3 or 4 clubs. It'd be interesting to see if he'd end up at PSG. Can you imagine?
That would be real interesting, because you have Mbappe, Griezmann, Neymar, NMG, right? That would be pretty good, or GNM or MGN, whatever.
You heard it here. You just copyright it.
Yeah, you have to put. It'd have to be MNG because it's Mbappe, Neymar, and Griezmann. But we'll see. I heard late offer from Manchester United as well for a bid of about 120 million for Griezmann. So we'll see if will be the case.
The money involved in transfers today is unreal. Unreal.
And speaking of unreal, let's talk about Mattijs De Ligt and the money he's going to be making from either PSG or Barcelona. Now, the rumor is that he was headed to PSG and that his agent, Mino Raiola, was actually in Paris or in Monaco talking with PSG officials about a transfer. Now, Mino Raiola, taking a page out of our president, says it's fake news. He's not negotiating with PSG. I don't know what to make of it anymore, but let's take a look at it from a tactical perspective. If you're De Ligt, do you want to go to PSG or Barcelona? Which one would you rather be?
Well, I think that if he goes to PSG, it means that he's got a guaranteed starting spot in the 11.
Yeah,
because
and $383,000 a week, by the way.
Right. So they're saying 12 million gross. Right. There's no way Barcelona can offer him that much money.
Right.
Can you imagine being? And I know Mbappe doesn't have much trouble imagining this because he was a 19-year-old who made almost that much money. But can you imagine being 19 years old and making that much money? All the bad decisions I made as a 19-year-old without any money. So with all that money, it's insane. But
all the bad decisions I make as a 43-year-old without all that money.
But he's got a great head on his shoulders. I actually think that going to PSG may be a good thing, and not going to Barcelona.
So you're saying PSG over Barca?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
He's not gonna take Piqué's spot. Longley has established himself as a starter. We're not sure whether Umtiti is going to stay at the club, but if he does, he's one of the best center backs in the world. I know he's got some knee issues, and there's some conflict there with the boardroom after not wanting to operate or not going to follow the instructions that the club was giving him.
Right.
Going to PSG, there are a couple of benefits there. You start right away.
Yeah.
I don't think the pressure is as high, even though there's a lot of pressure for them to win the Champions League. You get to learn from somebody like Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
I know you get to learn from somebody like Piqué as well at Barcelona. But there are more pros right now about going to PSG than going to Barcelona. And the biggest pro of all is the cachet that he's going to be making and putting in the bank. And rumor has it that girlfriend and mother are shopping for apartments already.
Yeah, so that is something to watch for. But if you're talking about Champions League, which he wants to win, and Ajax went out in a heartbreaking fashion against Tottenham in the semifinals, wouldn't Barca be the best option, even if it doesn't get that much playing time in terms of just the Champions League and just the prestige of the club? Because I know PSG is a huge club, but when it comes to football, Barca is over them right now.
Oh, of course.
So when it comes to Champions League, we do Barca,
look,
right?
Everybody wants to go to Barcelona or Real Madrid, but players like De Ligt have one great advantage. Okay. They are commodities in the world of football, and they're very young. So who's to say that after spending 2 or 3 years at PSG, he doesn't go to Barcelona as a more mature player, as somebody who's got more minutes in his legs. So I think if he wants to play right now, PSG is the right way to go. There's another part of the equation here that I often utter when I'm on Sports Burst or Post to Post.
Okay.
If you have the opportunity to do something that a club has not done before, why not take it? It was the reason that I wanted Griezmann to stay at Atletico Madrid. The idea that he could become a legend at that club were they to lift a Champions League trophy or just win a number of La Liga titles, managing to outdo Barcelona and Real Madrid. De Ligt can go to PSG. PSG has everything they need in order to make a run next season in the Champions League. And let's not forget that they were very unfortunate to lose the way they did against Manchester United.
Absolutely. And one of our producers, Eliana, says Barcelona, duh, like that. So I mean, that's a lot of people think the same way. It's like PSG or Barcelona. But I will say this: PSG has Beyonce wearing their gear. I mean, that would do it for me. I'm just saying.
And have you seen their leaked jerseys online? I mean, they look dope.
They look good. And have you seen Barca's Croatia jerseys?
I like them too, actually. I like them too.
The
I like them too. Even though they're straying from tradition, I like it.
No, I'm not really feeling it that much. All right. Another one of our esteemed colleagues says, if Griezmann goes to Barcelona, he'll have free yerba mate for life. Yeah, between Suarez and Messi, man, they could own a mate. It's
becoming the most popular drink in world football.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. I think they need to be testing that drink for whatever, for something.
It doesn't have any drugs.
No drugs in it? Okay.
It's a tea.
I don't know if we can take Maria's word for it.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll have to see. We're gonna have to do some. We're gonna have to get the World Anti-Doping Agency onto this one there for real. Ray says if he goes to Barca, he will start over Langley any day, anytime. You can't even compare them. Ooh.
Look, I'm not
think so?
saying
No,
I'm
they
not saying
improved.
I'm not saying that there's same quality center backs. Although I think as well we have this tendency to see a player come up and show immense talent
Yeah.
and immediately think that they're going to be unbelievable for the rest of their careers. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Does he have everything in his locker to become one of the best center backs in the world? Absolutely. Does he have a lot more positive attributes in his game that make him better than Langley? Yes. But has Langley proven to be excellent for Barcelona this season? Yes. Do you take somebody out of the 11 who's proven to be really good just because somebody might be better? I don't know.
Okay.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough one there. Whatever the case, he's making a lot more money in 1 week than I will make in my life. All right. Well, it's time for bold predictions here, here on Post to Post. All right. I'm just saying he's making a lot of money, man. I wish I could make that much money, but then I'd waste it on Pop-Tarts and pizza. But the point is, he's going to be getting paid. All right. Bold prediction. Well, first of all, quick question. Bold prediction. Mauricio Torres. Warriors or Raptors, guys? Who will win? I got the Raptors winning. Who you got?
I think the Warriors are just going to ruin the party, aren't they?
Okay.
They didn't do it at home, and at the end, I don't know. I'd love to see Toronto win.
Oh, okay. Patrick is drinking some mate right now. Okay. So
Yeah, I see him over there in the office with his mate by his side.
Patrick is always cool, so we might have to test his mate, see what's in there. All right. Let's talk about the Copa America, which starts tomorrow.
Super excited.
And super excited. It's going to be a great tournament in Brazil, Estádio Morumbi. Brazil taking on Bolivia to open the tournament. Of course, a lot of pressure on Brazil to win it on home soil. Who you got, Eric, in terms of this match between Brazil and Bolivia?
Well, I think Brazil is going to smash Bolivia.
Okay.
I said this to you before. Bolivia have been, in the last few years, the whipping boys
sure have.
of CONMEBOL, right? They're very far from the team of 1994 that included Jaime Moreno, Echeverri, Erwin Platini Sanchez. They don't have that. The biggest star they have is Marcelo Martins, who plays in China, the goal scorer, right? So other than that, nothing much to write home about. But they could surprise because everybody's thinking that they're going to lose easily. But what I think what might happen is we'll see Brazil score a bunch of goals and everybody expecting them to win the tournament because they're going to do so well in the first game.
Yeah, they do have a pretty easy group. That's for sure, Brazil. What do you think about the overall tournament? Who's going to win it overall, real quickly?
You know, I picked Colombia this morning.
Colombia.
I think this is the deepest squad since '94 that they've had since '94.
It has nothing to do with a Portuguese manager.
I-
I'm just saying.
Listen, I said I like Carlos Queiroz. I always have. I didn't like what he did with the Portuguese national team, but what he did with Iran is special.
getting them to
and
the
now
World Cup
he's
is
got a lot more talent at his disposal.
Yeah, that's for sure. Colombia, they need to come through. They've only won it once, 2001. So
And by the way,
that's gonna be
James
big.
Rodriguez, a lot to prove.
Yes, he
a
does.
lot to prove. A little bit embarrassing that Real Madrid doesn't want him. Bayern Munich didn't want to sign on that option. So he needs to do something.
I'm going to pick Peru. That's my team.
Even after they got smashed 3-0 by Colombia.
Yeah, I think so. I think Peru, they've finished third place in the last 2 out of the last 3. They have maybe the best number 9 in South American club football, Paulo Guerrero. I think they're feeling good because of the World Cup.
Right.
Maybe the best manager on
And they've got
national
that
team.
trident just behind Guerrero with, Cueva, who is a fantastic player. You got Flores, you got André Carrillo. That trio is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think they could make a lot of noise. Don't sleep on Uruguay. Nobody's talking about Uruguay.
yeah.
A lot of
Suarez,
people,
Cavani.
Suarez, Cavani,
Betancourt, yeah.
probably their last major tournament. So who knows?
Okay, yeah. Well, we got one producer who says Colombia is going to take it, which is a popular pick. Another one says Paraguay, which I'm going to pick because I don't want her to beat me up. So
I don't know. Paraguay, man.
Paraguay's in a tough group. That's the only problem.
They're
they
a
have.
tough
That's
group. New
group right there.
managers, having trouble implementing his style. A Bielsa acolyte. So,
You never know. They got to a final a few years ago, so
Yep.
they can do it, man. Copa America is always wide open despite Brazil and Argentina.
And you and I called Chile the other day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they looked impressive attacking. They didn't look impressive defending with the old guard that won the last 2 Copa Americas. They're going for the three-peat. I think it's a possibility.
We get some last comments here before we go. We have Mauricio 6-0 Brazil, Eric Ortega 4-0 Brazil, Danny Hidalgo, I don't believe ya. I got you. Chief Sahar Dunner says Bolivia 2, Brazil 1. Mauricio, can Messi finally win a senior trophy with Argentina? I say no. Sargent says Brazil wins. Francisco Triana, can Argentina finally make a run for an international cup? They have a pretty easy group. No, man, I think they're in the group with Colombia and Paraguay, right? Argentina?
Look,
no? I don't remember the group.
Argentina can absolutely make some noise. What's so amazing to me about Copa America is you have so many teams that can win it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not a 2-horse race, right? A 3-horse race. You got legitimately 5 teams that could potentially win this tournament, in my view. So
Uruguay, Colombia, Peru, Brazil, and Paraguay. So that's it. Sorry, Argentina.
We're being told to wrap up.
All right. Thank you very much for watching Post to Post. Don't forget Sports Burst tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, and then Post to Post, 5:30 p.m. Eastern here on beIN Sports Facebook page. Take care, everyone.
Bye, Big Soccer Heads.
We got the jackets, man. We got the jackets.
That's enough.